one more minute and then we'll get started. Okay, I think we should get started. There are quite a few of y'all who have joined. So it would be difficult to take introduction or ask you all to introduce yourself, right? I would ask this question on, did you guys attend the demo session in the past? Did any of you all by any chance attend the demo session in the past?
Yes.
Uh, no, this is my first demo class.
Oh, okay.
Spelling
I
it
did attend Saujany's class.
Okay.
This is my first class.
Okay. So I believe a lot of y'all, this is the first class. If this is the first class, then it makes sense for me to actually give you a proper introduction about what is this program all about, what is data science, who are the people who are going to train you, what are their credentials, and how are we ensuring that we give you guys 100% job placement. What is the strategy behind the scenes, and how can we even ensure that you guys get placed? Okay, so let me mute you all from my side. If there is any question that you have, you might want to resort or you might want to ask your questions on the chat window. I have just posted a message on the chat window. You might want to resort to the chat window and ask your questions, if any.
This conference
Okay.
will now be recorded.
Wonderful. So let's get started. Hello, everyone, once again. Welcome to Data Science and AI. I really appreciate you all for taking time off your busy schedule and trying to upskill yourself. You're on the journey of upskilling yourself. That in itself is a proof that you're people who want to do something with your career, who want to grow in your career and want to enhance yourself. That there is no doubt absolutely in that. Let me quickly introduce myself before we get started so that you all get a sense on who I am and what is the kind of work that I do, and would you actually get benefited with this training or not. Those are a few things that we have to quickly look at. So that's my profile. Yep. So that's me, Bharani Kumar. I happen to be a digital transformation expert and industrial revolution 4.0 implementer. I happen to be director of InnoDataTix and director of 360 DigitMG. DigitMG stands for Digital Transformation, Management and Governance. I have overall 15 years of experience. I'm alumnus of Indian School of Business and IIT. And until now, I would have done 100 plus consulting engagements, out of which 40 plus have been into big data and analytics. Hands on. After that, I've done a lot of work in the space of analytics. I'm continuing to do that as a chief data scientist on multiple companies, not just on one company. That means I work in multiple industries, multiple sectors, and multiple domains. Okay. 1 second. Huh? So, please, can you rejoin? Because everyone else is able to hear me. Okay. That's for one of our participant, Tuba. All right. She is not able to hear me. She sent a private message. All right. So 70% of our time, friends, whoever be the trainer, they do consulting work on various projects. And 30% of the time we spend on trainings. So it's 70-30. All this experience of working on the consulting projects, we bring it to our trainings. Ganesh or Kaleem, if you guys are there, can you call Tuba and help her fix the issue? Ganesh, are you there? Ganesh or Kaleem? Yes, can you help the issue?
Gane will guide her.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much. Okay. And I've been into delivering trainings. 4,000 plus people is what we have trained across the globe. And 8 years of extensive training. Extensive training does not mean just training, friends. 70% of our time we do consulting for various companies, and we bring those use cases, rich experience onto the table. And you get to learn from the real life practical applications. And I call this as practical data science training. Why do I call it as practical data science training? Because there are a lot of training institutes where people get trained and they eventually become trainers. Okay, that's not bad, that's fine. But if they do not have any practical consulting experience, what would they even teach you? Right? So, in some sense, you're risking your career because it's a career change, significant change that, or significant transition that you're getting into. Let me show you on what is the kind of work that we do. Let me go to my LinkedIn profile. And let me go to my posts and activities. Yesterday also I've done a post. Yeah. So we have partnered with Panasonic, friends. Let me quickly explain about Panasonic here. So what we are doing is, as part of Panasonic, we have partnered with Panasonic EdTech Solutions. And to tell you, we are the only partner in India with Panasonic. So Pankaj is India head, and Krish is part of Panasonic India Innovation Center. So what we are doing is, as part of that, we are getting a lot of use cases, real life projects of Panasonic. You all know that Panasonic is into home appliances. Alongside home appliances, they are also into healthcare. They are also into automotive. And they are into manufacturing plant, etc., etc. All those, industry sectors, they cater in. Now, say there is AC. When do we usually use AC? During summers. Throughout winter and rainy season, we do not use AC. Usually, we do not use AC. And if we do not use AC, what would happen is there'll be a lot of dust which gets accumulated. And because of a lot of dust getting accumulated, your cooling effect will reduce. And then your electricity consumption will also increase. Cooling effect will reduce and electricity consumption will increase. When this happens, customer would be usually dissatisfied. So the dissatisfaction level increases or the satisfaction level reduces. So reduced customer satisfaction. And this is the reason what Panasonic folks have done is at the innovation center. There are only 3 innovation centers of Panasonic, and this is the only electronics company which has completed 100 years, friends. This is the only electronics company on the planet which completed 100 years. And what they have done is, it's a Japanese firm. They have placed industrial IoT sensors. And these sensors will generate data the moment the amount of dust which got accumulated on the AC crosses a specific weight using weight sensors. It is going to send a signal to technician, because if the customer continues to use that, it might also break down the components of this AC. It might fail. If it fails, and if your AC is under warranty, what would happen? You would always have technician, come and fix it. Why can't we have the technician come and fix it proactively, even before something goes wrong? Right? Even before something goes wrong, can we have this done? Yep. So that's the project that they have done, and the technician would proactively, even before something goes wrong, come and fix this. Also, alerts, SMS alerts are sent to the customer. What would the customer do? It will also guide the customer on how to do it yourself. Okay. Do it yourself, basically, DIY. And the customer would probably dismantle only the filters and then clean the dust, and then continue using that. That is one of the interesting projects, and these are the kind of projects that will be included in the training. What happens? What kind of data is generated? How is the data generated? How does it look like? What analytics would you do? What predictive modeling would you do? How would you build preventive maintenance algorithms? All these. The moment you start learning about these real life applications, nothing like that. And Panasonic has one innovation center in Japan, another innovation center in US. And we have recently launched, in collaboration with IBM, in collaboration with UTM, Malaysia, this is a university, and in collaboration with City and Guilds UK, we launched India's first full stack data scientist program. What is full stack? You can learn it. We will also conduct certain sessions on that later. We have built a forecasting model which is roughly reaching 10,000 views, and this is to forecast the number of COVID-19 cases, and in collaboration with Apollo Hospitals. And all these use cases, friends, we would include that in the training curriculum. These are not for fun that I built it only for myself. No, for ourselves, no. It would be included eventually in the training curriculum. And then I've come up with something called as binge watching. And the beauty is that whenever we do any consulting work for any of our customers, such as this is for the government, right? We include our past participants. We ask them to get involved. Look at that. The moment a vehicle moves inside this, it's getting tracked, it's getting counted. The counting is automatically done. And this information, if we can share with the Roads and Buildings Ministry, then they will decide on what flyovers have to come. Should the road be expanded? Does it warrant for a toll booth to be installed? So on and so forth. Automatically. Otherwise, what people were doing is, there was a team of 10 people who were manually counting these vehicles. And after manually counting how many vehicles cross, this is how they used to enter in a sheet. We automated the entire process using computer vision, image processing, and neural network. We have also built a chatbot for So these kind of chatbots, friends, we have also deployed on our website. Now, let me play that also. So here we have a chatbot. This is an AI-driven chatbot. I mean, humans are not chatting. It's the bot which is chatting. I'll get to this in a bit when I explain about AI. We also are coming up with behavioral analytics, and this is one of our participants from Malaysia. She was given this opportunity to work along with our team of data scientists. It will put a bounding box around the face and recognize whether you're male or a female. And it will also recognize the behavior, sleepy, happy. And the numbers that you're seeing adjacent to that is the probability value. What is the probability that someone is sleepy? What is the probability that someone is neutral? What is the probability that someone is happy? So on and so forth. These kind of analytics is being built as a solution, as a product, and we are deploying it across various locations. We are now coming up with heat sensors. All these manufacturing plants, when they open, they want their workforce to work, right? It's unlike IT. You can work from home in IT, but when it comes to manufacturing, you want your workforce on ground to daily come to the plant. Say Coca-Cola is manufacturing beverages, Coke bottles. Then you want people to be there on the work floor. What if they have COVID-19? How would you identify that? Are they maintaining social distance? How do you identify that? So already we have built that solution. We are testing that, then we would deploy shortly. It would determine the body temperature based on heat map, and based on distance, it will calculate whether you are getting very close to a person. That's risky, right? So all these kind of things is something that we are doing. There are many other things also. This is about the vehicle tracking along with the number, and I'll get there. I'll get here. So the point that I'm trying to drive here is, when we deliver trainings, be rest assured that it will be practical oriented training. It won't be only theory based. We are not only theory based training, educational institute. All right. And we have a lot of domain analytics because everyone is getting trained on data analytics. The clear edge that you would get is by learning the real life applications. You'd be very different than the other training institute people. Second, if you're say from finance background, say you have done your MBA in finance or BBA in finance, or you have done your BCom, you're a commerce graduate, etc. Or maybe you're working with TCS and you're supporting financial services insurance client, or maybe you're working with Infosys and you're working with financial services insurance client, then, or you're working with HSBC or Bank of America or Franklin Templeton, whichever bank or financial institute you're working with, if you can add one additional domain analytics program, that would be wonderful. And we have come up with this. We are giving our participants an opportunity to choose one of the domain analytics programs as an additional value add free of cost. If someone is from life sciences healthcare analytics. Do you know what? Until now, we have trained 130 plus people in the space of life sciences healthcare, doctors. If you're from marketing analytics, HR analytics, if you're from HR, supply chain analytics, if you're from IT, support, infrastructure, etc., then cybersecurity analytics makes more sense. We have 56 plus other programs which exist. Why? Because a lot of people ask me this question on, hey, we are from, telecom background. We are from oil and gas background. And this is what I keep telling them that, do you know what? Be it Infosys or be it Accenture or be it Deloitte or be it any big service-based company, they, work in multiple industries. They work in the space of automotive manufacturing, if someone is from manufacturing, industrial manufacturing. They work in the space of healthcare, life sciences, financial services, education, logistics, travel and industry, retail, aviation, mining. Take any company, guys, any company. So what they would do is, if you are from, say, telecom background, assume that you are from telecom background. You have telecom experience, say you have 10 years experience. Wonderful. What any of these companies would do is, when they hire you in the space of data science is something which is called as a horizontal. Horizontal means they do projects across various industries. Say if there is a new project coming from AT&T or Verizon or Airtel or Jio, it's in the space of telecom. So they'll look at these data scientists whom they have hired. They would look at who are those people who have experience in telecom, and they'll say, hey, since you already have knowledge on telecom, why don't you handle this project of Jio? Okay, why don't you handle this Jio project, because you already have that knowledge, domain knowledge. Hence, you would not be considered as a fresher. You would not be considered as a fresher. You would be considered as an experienced person because you already have that knowledge, prior knowledge. Okay, and say you're working in, say, SAP, for example. A lot of people say that, you know what, we are working with Oracle, we are working on SAP, we are working on .NET, etc. Whatever technology you're working in, friends, whatever technology you're working in, you have to start thinking about who is the customer for whom you have implemented SAP. Say you have implemented for a retail customer. Say Reliance Fresh, for examples. Right? Reliance Fresh. For them, you have implemented retail. Then, why did you implement? What was the business problem? Which departments, for which departments did you do that? And what is the business solution that you have provided? Not the technical solution, business solution. And what are the business benefits associated with that? When you start thinking from business perspective, and when you dig into your past projects and get into the business aspects of it, then you would gain knowledge which is called as domain experience. You would gain knowledge which is called as domain experience, and this domain experience would be considered as valid. This domain experience would be considered as valid for you all, friends. So if you have any questions pertaining to, I am from a specific background. All right, Purnesh, I think I demystified it, right? On, you know, how you need to gain the domain experience. For everyone, anyone. You can be from any background, friends, any background. You will be working in one of the industries. You just need to get strong in your domain, and that domain experience would be considered as valid. And what if there is no telecom project? Say you have telecom background, there is no telecom project. So what? The techniques that you have learned apply to all these industries. So they're going to assign you to any other client, any other project. Exclusively if there is any telecom project, they'll pick you because you have telecom knowledge. Otherwise, you'll be working in all these industries. Same is the thing which has happened with me also personally when it comes to Deloitte. Okay, I can say Deloitte, Deloitte.net.com. I don't think this will open up for me, but anyways, let me try out. Okay, let me say. So here, do you see industries? Automotive, consumer products, retail, transportation, industrial products, mining, oil and gas, you name it, guys, you name it, right? Any company, I need not just take 2 or 3 companies, any company that you choose would be catering to multiple industries, not one industry. Don't get mistaken. CTS, TCS, Wipro, you name it. They work in all these industries. And if you're working in any of these industries, if you have the domain knowledge, they will pick you like a hot cake. You would be a hot cake in the market. Okay. That is why I keep saying that along with the data science training, data science is foundation, that is mandatory. Alongside that, choose one of the domain analytics programs and strengthen your profile further. Okay, it's something like this. Say there are two people, Mr. A and Mr. B. Or I would say Mr. 360, because say this 360, Mr. 360 got trained through us. 360-degree training, kind of, yeah. Mr. A is trained, wonderful, on data science. Mr. B is also trained on data science. And when people ask in interviews on, hey, what are the live projects that you have worked on? Mr. A would give all the textbook examples or Kaggle examples. Mr. B would give the real world experiences, real world projects. And when they ask on, hey, I believe you are from finance background or from marketing background or HR background, etc. Can you explain about what specifically you do in that domain? Clueless. Here, since you have done domain analytics, you would be having an edge. Now tell me, whom should I choose in the interview? If I'm the interviewer, whom would I choose? Mr. A or Mr. 360? Answer, you know better. Okay. And then I was also telling about the projects, right? One thing I think I forgot. Let me quickly play that also. So we also do projects for customers such as Coca-Cola. Let me play this. This is the IoT sensor that we have placed, which will capture the number of bottles which are being manufactured. That's it. Is this what you're doing? And you're claiming big about that? No, friends, I'm getting there. Not at all. So as part of InnoDataTix, we do a lot of consulting projects, right? And we do projects for Coca-Cola also. That's in the space of manufacturing. What we have done is basically, we have placed IoT sensors on the machines. There are different machines which manufacture industrial IoT sensors, such as vibration sensor. If your machine vibrates a lot, then it might fail. Sound sensors, if it gives a weird sound, it might fail. Temperature sensors, if the temperature is too high, it might fail. Chiller sensors, filler sensors, specific sensors, blower sensors, and all that. From these industrial IoT sensors, we capture the data and place it on cloud. Once we place it on cloud, then we pull the data, we take the data from cloud, or we build machine learning models on cloud, machine learning models at scale. That's what you call it as. And then we build models to predict failures. Which component will fail? This information, we share it with the technicians. Technicians will quickly go, even before the machine fails, they fix it, so that the unplanned outages, downtime is reduced. These are the kind of projects which we are currently doing. And just imagine you working on those kind of projects. I think three of our past participants were involved in this Coca-Cola project also. And we have a lot of international accreditations. We have City and Guilds, which is from UK. It's UK-based university, which has 150 plus years of history. And they do not, certify any of the programs just like that. It was 6 months of rigorous work, revamping everything to get this. UTM Malaysia. This is one of the top 5 universities in Malaysia, and globally it is ranked in top 100 in QS rankings. You can check. A few of the IITs in India are not in top 100. So you know what kind of colleges are backing us. We have accreditation from TUV SUD, which is a German-based certification body, and our participants get IBM certificate also. And Panasonic CareerX is backing us by giving us the industry live innovative projects. They have India Innovation Center. they are giving us the use cases and projects to be included in our training curriculum. We have launched India's first full stack data science program. Okay, while all this is good, future looks very bleak. Okay, because of COVID-19. America, which is the world's most powerful nation, economically very sound, is facing issues. Then think about other countries. Millions of Americans could lose job. Recession is going to be bad. It is going to be really bad. And then there is going to be pandemic. That is what IMF chief says. International Monetary Federation chief says that we are going to experience recession like never before. It will be worse the humankind would have ever seen, worse than 1930s. If we do not upskill, if we do not prove our worth, we are at risk. While this is all the sad story, the good part is that there are a lot of opportunities which exist. 1.5 lakh new jobs in data science in 2020. 62% rise in data science jobs is what people are experiencing. 97,000 positions are currently vacant due to dearth of qualified talent. Means people are just getting trained, and they're getting trained on algorithms. I'm really surprised on why people do not, give the best, because they're not involved in live projects. They're not involved in any consulting. They're just involved in academics. That's too risky. All right. Welcome to the Data Science Certification Program. As part of this program, you'll be learning about Python, you'll be learning about R, world's #1 and #2 tool. A few of them ask me this, why not only Python, why R? Python is picking up. While Python is picking up, there are a lot of organizations who are still using R, and they will continue to use R. Why? We'll discuss later. And you'll also learn about Tableau, which is a data visualization tool. There are exclusive job openings on Tableau alone. So you can also apply for those jobs. Alongside that, you learn about SQL, Hadoop, Spark, Azure, etc. Machine learning on cloud, big data part. SAS, guys, if you are thinking about learning SAS, please do not do that. It is going to take your career southwards. None of the latest algorithms are part of SAS. None. And the future belongs to open source technologies, open source programming languages. And here people say, I'm from non-programming background. How does this help me? Okay, I'll get there. So there is data everywhere. Each time you purchase a product,